The restaurant business is always challenging. By all means, close down Uber Brew in downtown Billings. Everything's out here now in the West End. Madhouse on Grand Avenue also had to make some changes to stay profitable. The Madhouse Gastropub is now the Madhouse Bar and Grill.
If you don't have ownership that has capital to spend, it's very hard to make it through a couple years. That's the general basic. You're going to hear that across the board answer.
Nate Southwick is the chef and GM for Madhouse, which opened in May of 2023. In June of 2024, it closed for 6 weeks, and Southwick helped it reopen in August of last year.
They were hoping for 10 or 11% profit on the end. You're hoping for 10 or 11. So that means if you have a 4% error on your food cost and maybe a 5% error on your beverage for the week, there goes everything.
Southwick has worked as a chef in San Francisco, Las Vegas, and Colorado Springs, and he knows what it takes to be successful in the restaurant business.
Perseverance and consistent quality. Those are the two things you need, and then all the rest can be figured out in the wash.
How much fun is that to try to match it with the beer?
It's actually the funnest part of my job.
By all means, executive chef Damian Beartusk works on a special fish and chip sauce to go with the introduction of a new beer.
These are people that are trying to create value and bring people together.
Chandler Griffin is the president and CEO of By All Means and admires the creativity of the chefs. Griffin teamed up with Mark Hastings at Uber Brew, and they had to close that downtown restaurant.
The biggest disruption we have is customer destabilization. Like, people working from home changed the entire lunch model. 30 to 40% of the restaurant business was probably in your lunch that's potentially gone.
Griffin says that all started with COVID. According to the Downtown Billings Association, the number of people downtown at noon has decreased since 2019.
There isn't one reason why we're seeing some restaurant closures. I would just say, the restaurant business is a tough business.
I don't see anything different about today than I did 30 years ago.
I praise our young entrepreneurs for getting into it. Some of the bravest people I've ever met in my life.
In Billings, David J., MTN News.